Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. Today I wanted to do something a little different. I normally don't really do this for Riven mods because I like to do my side-by-side. But I did a video a while ago where I basically used this, not this Riven, but I used a different Riven to one-shot a level 155 Napalm with Nova's Molecular Prime with a Lato Vandal, which is, a lot of people pointed out, well, who cares, it's just a Lato. Well, that's the point, it's just a Lato. I managed to actually use a single bullet to kill a level 155 enemy with something that's, people don't really think it's that good, but it actually is very powerful. Hopefully when they do the Riven disposition rework, it doesn't nerf this too hard, because I think it's actually really fun for me to use something that's, I mean, it's a Lato. Like, it's a Lato Vandal, but it's still a Lato, and I still find that it's pretty fun to actually just use something like this in a mission, and I can. It's sortie worthy with the Riven mod I had before, but this one, I rolled it. It's got damage just like before, but it also has status chance and toxin, so I have very high corrosive damage and good status to boot, along with the crits, of course. And I'm actually going to show this against some high-level enemies, just to show you how good this Lato actually is now. But before I do, actually, I wanted to point out something. Before, the Lato had damage, and it had damage against Grineer. Now, combined with my primed Expel, it gave me, oh shoot, I think it was 90% damage to Grineer, which made the slash procs very, very heavy. Now, as you notice, now it's minus damage to Corpus, which actually makes the slash procs and damage a little bit worse against Corpus. This Riven mod will do better than this weapon without a Riven mod, but I will have to slot in the primed Expel Corpus to actually make the slash procs and such actually worth using. And I'll obviously switch this to a gas build instead of a corrosive build, obviously. Now for starters, we're going to do this against a level 155 Napalm, which has very high alloy armor and just very high health in general. Now to start, we're just going to tap the button, not fire it as fast as I can, just so you can see the slash procs at work. Already got a slit crit slash proc. Let's just empty the magazine into the head and then see the damage, which is pretty good. Almost 4,000 a tick on the crits, which actually is not bad, again, considering this is a Lato. Now, if I didn't have the primed Expel Grineer mod, the slash procs would actually be much worse, and I'm going to show that now. As you remember, it was almost 4,000 for a slash proc. Now let's see what we get now. Now it's only 2,000. So as you can see, that one Prime Bane Expel mod doubled our slash proc, so it actually is worth using. Now we're going to put the mod back on, and then we're just going to fire the Lato as fast as I can and see how fast I can actually kill him. Like I said, right at the head, I'm going to fire as fast as I can. That wasn't too bad. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing a Corpus Tech test, and we're going to be switching it to viral damage because the Tech, just like Toxin, is 50% weak to viral, although obviously viral doesn't go through shields, but we're going to be relying on slash procs to actually take care of that. So we're going to take off the Prime Expel mod. Let's test the mod with just the Riven mod and that half damage to Corpus. And let's get over here and let's shoot him in the head and let's see how good the slash proc is. Crit slash, that wasn't a, was it a crit slash? Let me do that again just to make sure. Yeah, that was a crit slash. So as you can see, the crit damage is 6,000, but the slash proc is only 259. This is why, especially for slash and status-based weapons, I actually didn't think it would be this much of a reduction. But yeah, the slash proc is basically half damage because of the reduction to Corpus. So, while the damage itself is actually very great, the slash procs are very bad. Now, we're going to go over here, and we're actually going to slot on the Expel mod to basically counter this reduction. And as you can see, it doesn't counter it completely. This is 40%, and this is 49%, so I'm still gaining a almost 10% reduction, but it still should increase the slash procs to a more reasonable level. Now let's test this again, and let's see for the slash procs. Make sure it's a crit slash, so I see a 800. So now we went from 200 to 800 damage just by adding that Expel mod. Now, because this mod reduces the damage to Corpus, I don't actually have to rely on slash procs. As you can see, it did 12,000 damage, up from 8. So even just having the expel mod in general increased the damage. Did I just split them? Yeah, this is so weird when this happens. When it actually kills an enemy so hard that it spawns another body instead of splitting them in half. But yeah, but because of the damage corpus, like I said, the slash procs are actually not worth modding towards or relying on, but it's just the raw damage itself. So even though I don't have, like, maybe, I think an ideal Riven mod for this would probably be obviously damage, because that helps in basically every regard, but instead of maybe status chance, have multi-shot, because you would still get the status increase, but you'd also shoot more bullets, so you get more slash procs and more procs in general. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful weapon. I actually like it. It's probably in my top 3 or top 4 pistols in the game. The top one being Kraken, of course, as some of you may know, and the second is probably the Maridetron, just because it's a point and shoot, and you basically decimate a handful of enemies at once. It's really great. So yeah, there's my Riven mod. I think I'm gonna stop trying to pour Kuva into this, because this is basically what I'm gonna keep it as. It's fine as it is. Like I said, I could get better, but I'm just so tired of Kuva farming. Like, oh. So yeah, thanks for watching.